It's been almost 4 years since Natasha Harrison last saw her daughter Tatyanna alive, and she still has so many questions as to what happened to her daughter. On May the 3rd, 2022, Natasha reported her missing to Vancouver police because she was last seen in Vancouver. However, because Tatyanna's last interaction with police was in Surrey, the Vancouver Police Department sent the file to Surrey RCMP. Natasha says that jurisdictional delay could have potentially helped police find her daughter sooner.
They lost evidence. It took them, 20 days to take that file back, and that's 20 days of lost evidence.
Tatyanna, who was 20 years old at the time, was last seen on surveillance video withdrawing money at this Royal Bank on Main and Hastings Street. Natasha spent the next 3 months searching for her daughter, walking the streets day and night, putting up posters, hoping someone knew where her daughter was. In mid-July of 2022, Richmond RCMP had released this sketch of a Jane Doe whose remains had been found on a dry-docked yacht in a marina along the Fraser River in Richmond. They stated the woman was in her 30s and Caucasian. On August the 6th, DNA results concluded that Jane Doe was actually 20-year-old Tatyanna Harrison. Although the sketch looks nothing like Tatyanna, she's not in her 30s, and they got her height wrong as well.
They deemed her death to be to an overdose. Then they overturned it, and it was to sepsis. And now with a second opinion, it is undetermined her death, and we're waiting on an inquest to find out what really happened to her because of all the questions.
Sue Brown is a lawyer for Justice for Girls. They filed a complaint to the Office of Police Complaints Commission about how her case was handled by police. The OPCC, represented by retired Judge Brian M. Neal, agreed with the family and found that 2 VPD officers committed misconduct for failing to conduct a missing person risk assessment into the initial investigation into Tatyanna Harrison's disappearance.
Finding of misconduct on a police officer is a significant finding that will impact their career. And I think more broadly, retired Judge Neal's findings and his analysis really point to larger policy and systemic issues within policing in the province, as well as in Vancouver.
For Tatyanna's mom, Natasha, who still hasn't been able to bury her daughter because she remains with the coroner pending a coronary inquiry, she says she'll continue to fight for justice for her daughter. How have you been able to deal with all these years later?
Rage. I think it's taking that rage and that grief and taking it and putting it towards something constructive and putting it towards focusing on change in her honor.
APTN requested an interview with the Vancouver Police Department, but did not hear back by the time this story went to air. Tina House, APTN National News, Langley.